Hey guys, how y'all doing? This is my first time back in the garage in a couple weeks, and I'm just like, not motivated right now, but I'm gonna try. What I've been facing with this car and what has really deterred me from working on it is supply chain issues. I just cannot get parts for this freaking thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, it took me 3 tries until I got the bumper. People canceling on me. One of them did not refund me. I had to file a dispute through PayPal. I did get my money back. They said I'd have my money in 2 business days. 2 weeks later, didn't have it. So I ordered a core support on that last video, if you saw, and a week later, they contacted me and said they couldn't get it. Canceled my order. So I got my refund for that. I ordered another one from another site. I haven't heard anything from them, and that's where I'm at right now. So, approved from the purchaser of this car, he said if you can make it work without it for now, he would like to be able to drive this. So that's why I put the hot staples in here. Yes, this is not what I would suggest you do with one of these cars. I mean, if you really don't care about the car, then yeah, I guess so. But it's pretty strong. You put those staples in there, that's better than just trying to use a plastic welder. A little bit stronger. But I need to get this thing in primer today. Windshield's getting installed next weekend. So this weekend, I really want to get this thing like primed and painted. So I just did that real quick. So this is held together. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more adjustments need to be had now that I tried pulling that forward some. But the problem is this didn't move as much. It bent in right here, and this kind of bent. So I was trying to, manipulate it to get that to go forward, but I mean, it's really bad. So I just kind of hammered on it. It is what it is. You're going to be putting new parts on anyways if you're doing one of these. I would hope so. And not doing what I'm doing right now, just using a hammer to make it go your way. Not really the best. But I do think this will hold up for a little while until possibly this core support gets here. I'm going to contact them this week. As it said, like 5 to 10 business days. And I ordered it before I went on vacation, which would have been almost 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Nice. Anyways, I told you guys I was going to have some product reviews. The nicer of the 2 came, and I'm going to do a review of this. Okay, 2 companies reached out to me, both for power stations, which are essentially big battery packs that you can power almost everything with. Now, this isn't like your typical, this isn't a jump starter for your car, okay? This is something that you could probably use in your car, but, this is the Bluetti EB55, okay? There's another company reached out to me first. They have not got the product to me yet, and honestly, I'm going to let you know now, this is the nicer of the 2, and when I looked them up, they're the same price. So, watch this review. There's going to be another review of another product, and I'm going to recommend this one over it. I'm going to tell you on this episode, that way they don't get mad at me for telling you that during the review. This is for charging and powering a lot of your electronics. Now, I'm not a professional when it comes to electronics, so I'm going to look at some paperwork here so I can give you guys a little bit of information. Any of you guys probably know a little bit more about these things than I do, but I'm going to do my best. Main specs on this unit is this is a 700 watt, 537 watt hour portable power station. There's going to be multiple ways that you can charge this unit, one of them being a 12-volt outlet from in your car. TV cables. This is for hooking up a solar panel to charge this unit. The last one being this power brick right here that you just plug into your wall unit and it'll charge it. This thing has dual charging capabilities, so you can have it plugged into a wall plus have solar panels hooked up to it. So this thing's rated for 700 watts or 1400 watt surges. The battery in this is a lithium phosphate battery, which is, I don't know, but it's good. It can charge a smartphone for 40 to 50 hours, run an LED bulb for 20 to 30 hours. It can run a television for 5 to 6 hours, electric tools, 5 to 6 hours, which would be really handy if you're on the road or something like that. You got an electric grinder or something, you can run it with this. It can run a refrigerator 4 to 5 hours, which can be pretty convenient if you have a power outage in your home. You can plug your refrigerator in and get your stuff cold again so you don't lose all your valuable munchies you have in there. As you can see in the outputs, we have USB Type-C for 100 watts. Then we have 4 regular USB. And over here we have 4 house outlets, normal outlets. And then we also have a DC output for your 12 volt accessories, plus a couple 12 volt plug-ins there, some barrel style connectors. It has wireless charging on the top. I tested it with my wife's phone and it worked. Or if you're like me and you have brass balls, you can just sit down on it and charge those suckers up for round 2. It's the first time I sat on this thing. It's actually pretty hefty. It's not moving at all, so good construction. The power brick is a little bit noisy when you have it plugged in the wall. Not bad, but there's a fan in it. There, I just plugged that in. See, it's not horrible, but it just makes a little bit of noise. You'll hear it in the background. It's like a noisy computer, kind of. My only second gripe on this thing is the battery percentage, which I've seen in a lot of other videos, and those people said the same thing. They could have made it a little bit better. It only shows 20% increments, so it'll have 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. So you don't really know exactly where you're at. It's within 20. So when you get down to 20%, you're somewhere between 0 and 20. But when you are using it, so say you're using the 12 volt plugs, you actually have to push it once to turn the unit on, push it again, and that supplies power to these plugs. Or if you want to supply power to the outlets, now it's supplying power to them. So you don't have to have them all running at the same time. Oh, another nice feature if you're out on the road. Say it's dark out and you need to use your power tools on something. It has this nice work light on the back. Power it on for it to work. There we go. Great for you Ford guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Calm down. Doesn't leave the display up. You have to tap it again to make the display come up. There it goes. But just show you. That's honestly the first time I've even used the freaking thing, which is, it's still pretty cool. It's pretty impressive. So like if you're on the road, what this thing's ideal for is if you like camping, okay? If you go camping, this thing would be awesome to have, especially if you bought the solar panels, which are going to run you about $450. This unit itself runs you $499. That's what it's showing online. I don't know if they're going to give me a discount code, but if they do, I'll let you guys know. The next unit I'm getting is the same exact price, but it's 600 watts, and it's 513 watt hours. So it's not even as good as this. I don't think it doesn't have wireless charging on it. And I think it has less plugs. Might be a smaller unit, might be a little easier to carry, but you're getting a lot less for your money from what I'm seeing. So if that unit does come in, I'm going to be doing a review on it. Just know this one, I believe, is better. So I'll let you know. So if you're interested in this unit, go ahead and go down in the link in the description below, and you can get yourself one of these things. Hopefully with a discount code. Alright, so next thing on the list of things that I don't want to do today. I need to sand the whole top side of the hood. I need to sand the bumper and the fender. Now, I'm not going to be putting primer on the door, but we do need to strip that door and get that ready for paint. But before we do all of that, let's put plastic over everything so I don't get dust on all of the car, which it's already dusty, but I don't want to get it any worse than it is. I'm going to mask off the engine bay, the whole car, everything that I don't want to get overspray or dust on. So let's do that right now. Alright, so I just went ahead and wiped all these down with grease and wax remover. And then when I was looking in the light, I seen a couple little dings right here. And this area right here where I had to knock this back up. We're going to put a little bit of glazing putty on those 3 areas. Plus there's a couple chips. I'm going to do that after I sand it. First I got to try to get this paint writing off, which I think sandpaper will take it off just fine. But the grease and wax remover, I did that first because I wanted to make sure there was no oils or oils from my fingers and stuff like that on these before I start sanding, because then I'm going to sand those oils into the paint, and then when I go to spray it, then it's not going to look good. So that's why I wiped everything down right now. I'm going to get 400 grit out. The hood should go pretty fast with the bodywork. I'm just going to use the power sander. I don't think I'm really going to even need to use a block, because those dents are just, they're very small. And then there's no body work on anything else. We just got to sand it up and get the primer laid down tonight. It's going to be a late night. Great. Anyways, if you guys are curious how much fun we had in Tennessee, it was fun enough that my wife has been bugging me since we came back to go back again. And we booked to go back in September. So we're going back to Tennessee. And a couple of her friends are going along. So that's going to be a fun trip. I just need to get it done, so then we can start doing fun things on that. Got everything prepped up, everything's clean. I just need to load my gun up and start spraying, basically. Sanded the fender and the bumper with 600 wet sanded. They should be good to go. We're just laying down primer, so, and I'm not wetting the floors or nothing like that. It's not real critical because you're going to sand it again afterwards. But everything's prepped and ready to go. And I sanded the hood with 400 and then just took the power sander over it. Now these bare metal spots, so I'm going to hit with self-etching primer. The bumper I'm going to hit with adhesion promoter before I throw the primer on there. And then the fender, we're just going to roll with it the way it is. Now I'm going to give these things time to dry. The hood, obviously you can tell with the shine on it, it's still a little bit wet, but it went okay. I had the lumpy paint situation like I did with the Subaru, and I figured out what it was this time. I think there's a possibility I might have got a bad can of this adhesion promoter, because that's what did it on this one. This is the same can I used on my car, so that's why I'm suspicious that this did it, because I never had the same reaction with this can. This one's almost empty. This is one I got at the paint store. The other can I bought online. So I got this one online. I don't know if there's something wrong with this can, but it's not. It's making my paint lumpy. I had spots in it. I had to put extra primer on. But I do have lumps in it, but we will be able to sand these out. I don't know if it's coming up that great. Now I'll be able to show you. As you can see, I got them there. I got a little bit over here, not real bad. That was the worst spot actually over there. Then I had a reaction up there. You can see the paint cracked, or the primer cracked, which I'm not worried about because we're going to sand it. But then I didn't have any more reactions besides that. Oh yeah, a little bit down there. So I'm going to give these a little bit of time to dry here. I'm going to go clean my paint gun, and then we'll come up and take a look at them, and that's going to be the end of this episode then. Let's see what that looks like now. Alright, that looks good now. Should be good to touch. Yep. Everything's looking nice, except for a couple cracks in that, but we're going to sand this all out. It's going to look good. It's going to look good. So, we are going to be on the home stretch in the next episode. I'm ready, because the parts thing is just stressing me out on this car. It's kind of got me out of the mood and not wanting to rebuild cars at this point. But I'm going to keep pushing. We're going to keep going. And hopefully not have these problems again. I'm going to air it out in here. It's a little cool out tonight, but it's not too bad. There's some air in here. Oh, and the mess. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of work tomorrow. So, if you guys like this video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if you have a dick shortage. And we'll see you on the next episode. Alright. picking them up. Here, hold on. Why are you all squinty-eyed? You don't... Hey, are you sick? What's wrong with you? Do you don't like my chips? I think he might have smelled the pain on my hands. Try a chip. That's what it was. It was the pain on my hands turning them off.
I had to wait until the next day to get her. How you doing, precious? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Say bye-bye.